Hello everyone, it's Running on 1001 here with Hawkeye, episode 4, reaction and review video. So I'm just gonna do some quick predictions. The episode's coming out in like 5 minutes. So I'm gonna do some quick predictions. Not sure on this episode. I do think some big stuff's gonna happen. So I think there's gonna be like all those scenes we saw in like the Rockefeller place, we saw in the trailer. So I think those will be in this episode. Maybe the tracksuits like are gonna like try to steal something from there, or there's something valuable in there that they need for Uncle's plan. Uncle being the guy that's sort of in charge of them. But then, Clint and Kate will try to stop them. Maybe one of them, maybe they'll find out that Clint was Ronin or something and try to go after him, but then Uncle, who I believe is Kingpin probably, will stop them because, in the other episode, in episode 3, Kazi was like, hey, Uncle wouldn't be very happy with you going after Ronin. You have to keep a low profile. So, yeah, those maybe a bit wild predictions, but, I think it's going to be a wild episode, so we'll see.
But yeah, I think it's because I'm generally just pretty chill. I'm not like, oh my god, Hawkeye!
No.
I mean, she's pretty good at all this, but...
Natasha Romanoff was pretty damn good at it, wasn't she? Being good isn't always enough to keep you alive.
That's a good point. Yo, we got the sword. Jack is gonna be after him for that one. Why you ask her? Is she like a secret agent too?
He said that his boss, Jack Duquesne, never gives him a day off.
Oh.
Jack's CEO?
Wow.
He's laundering money for the big guy?
Look at her.
Jack Frost?
Every time you use one of those aphorisms, they're wrong.
What? No. That can't be right, is it? Darling, please.
The other day you said...
This episode's going pretty slow so far.
It's a movie marathon night, right? Check this out. I got movies.
That's very
Nice.
Planning exactly my thing. Is he sure that's dry erase?
Not dry erase. Nice, they're bonding, I guess. Yeah. Not what I expect from this episode. I also expect this type of stuff to be next episode, but... Alright, I guess. Oh. Nice.
You lost your family in the blip.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's you, isn't it?
She knows. What's Kazi up to?
Surprise.
Oh! Oh. She's gone.
Kate,
Can I tell you a secret?
please don't do this.
I was talking to an Avenger. He's in my ear.
Maybe she...
Whose apartment is this?
Clint, somebody is taking notes on your family.
Oh no.
Clint Nate.
Kate, get out of there now.
Oh no, what's going on? No, this is Maya's apartment. Oh
I'm
no.
coming.
Clint?
Oh no, what's happening? Oh!
Maya's here!
Wait, what is happening? What do you mean Maya's on the roof with you? Oh, that's Elena! Oh my goodness, that's the red weapon things. Oh. No, that's like what happened with Natasha. Oh my. Oh. Oh, that must hurt. Oh. Oh, let's go! Let's go! She looks older now. Oh, she's out of there.
Who the hell was that?
You don't want to know, Kate.
I cannot be your partner.
Wait,
if
he
you don't
knows
tell me
her?
what's going on.
Someone is hired.
Black Widow assassin. This has gotten very real, very quickly. So I'm doing this alone.
Oh. Alright. After I finished that episode, I was just like excited out of my mind. I've calmed down a little bit because I had to edit together some of the clips because there were like so many. Because that ending battle, that was amazing, and this is not what I expected from the episode, but this might be better in a sense. Like, the Hawkeye show is different from a lot of the other Marvel shows in the way that it's like it's a lot slower. They focus more on the characters. They do get to the action, but they focus more on the characters, and I actually really really like how they did this, because I was expecting this to be like a super action packed episode, and then for like the first maybe 15ish minutes, maybe 20, it was a lot of more personal stuff, like a lot of slower stuff, the type of stuff I would expect from episode 5, because that's usually the slower kind of episode. But the way that they use like the calmness before like the ending 15 minutes ish, it was actually brilliant, because it made that ending fight mean so much more. And like when Yelena showed up, and Clint's reaction, it's like, Kate, we are not partners. I'm dealing with this by myself. We are not like, that was, and then they had before their like little bonding time sort of thing they had. That was some amazing stuff. That was better than I imagined. Better than I could have ever imagined. Yeah, I'm probably being sort of overly optimistic on this. So I'll try to balance it out, even though this isn't really balanced, and say that I kind of want to know more what the real threat of this show is, because we still just have a bunch of pieces. They're not necessarily put together that well. We got some answers. We know that Jack has something to do with this, which we kind of knew. Like, we knew he was a sketchy guy from the first episode, pretty much. But now we know that he's more behind this. And Elena popped up, and I thought she would be a one episode type thing, but now that she was in episode 4, I actually feel like we might see her in the next episode. I'm pretty sure about that. Like, almost certain. Episode 6, the finale, not as sure. But I mean, that was amazing. Maybe it's just one of those Marvel Disney Plus show episode endings that always get to me. Not always. That most of the time get to me and make me feel like super excited about the episode. But I mean, I think it was pretty good. I was a bit doubtful at the start with the slowness of everything. But it did help. It did help. But my one criticism that we have so far, maybe not necessarily on this episode, but I guess kind of on this episode, we don't really know exactly what's going on here. Which I think by this point in the story, we should know, like, what's the threat here? What's going on, right? So that takes away from it slightly, but honestly, like, Elena Belova was my favorite part of the Black Widow movie. She's such a great character. So excited to see her in this episode. So I mean, yeah, and that end fight scene like was intense. It was really intense, with a lot of people who are like pretty good what they do. Pretty good at fighting and all that. And you know, it made for an intense battle and a real emotional battle, a personal one for most of the characters. Maybe not necessarily for Maya, or maybe it was. We don't really know what she knows. Maybe she knows that Clint is Ronin, so then it does make it personal for her. But I mean, it was pretty personal. Like it was a pretty emotional fight for all everyone in that battle at the end. Probably. So yeah, it was intense. The action was cool. It looked awesome. Um, and you know, it was emotional for the people in it. But again, still want more answers. They left us on a cliffhanger. Not sure where this is going. Still, even though we are 2/3 in, so yeah. Hopefully, we figure out what exactly is going on here. Anyways, I give this 9.5. The little 0.5 reduction is just because I'd like to have more of an idea of what's going on here, but also, you know, the mystery is kind of fun too. So I won't take that away from the episode too much. But yeah, I mean, when we don't really know what's going on, that part at the start with like, with you know, Jack, Clint, Kate, and Eleanor, felt kind of pointless, you could say. But I know in the end, it probably won't end up being that way. So yeah. Anyways, thanks for watching the video. Thanks for watching, and see you in the next one.